This is single-handedly the easiest thing that you need to sell to your clients. And it's the best way to kind of open up that door for a deeper conversation, whether that's selling full-blown services or going even deeper and being a real managed solution provider. My name is Harrison Barron from growth-generators.com. We help MSPs grow, whether that is sales training, marketing, and even some business operations. We have been wildly fortunate to help tons and tons of you guys. You guys have been reaching out to us. You guys have been sending us DMs, whatever it may be. It's just amazing, and I am super grateful for that. So I want to say thank you guys. Now, if you want to come hang out with us in the free Discord, growth-generators.com/Discord is an entirely free community. I've been spending quite a bit of time in there, and I encourage you to do that. Now, if you're listening to this video, you will see the video description. It'll have a ton of links, and if you're watching this video, there will be links in the video description down below. Now, this video is sponsored by ESET, and we will be getting more into that later. So let's talk about the easiest thing to actually go sell, because every single client that you could ever have absolutely needs to have this. And you might be thinking, Harrison, what is it? And I'm not going to make you wait. I mean, it'd be nice if you hit that like button and subscribe button, notification bell, but I get it. It is antivirus, and it is the most basic way to truly get in the door with your potential clients, because everybody needs it. It doesn't matter what industry they're in. It doesn't matter whether they use the computer a lot or a little bit. It's wildly important, especially for small businesses, because hackers know that big businesses have big teams. There are big companies that get hacked on a fairly regular basis. It does happen. But unfortunately, the sad part is the real target is companies that have less than 100 employees. It's just how it goes. They know that they don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the team. They don't have the ability to stop hackers or the resources to stay up to date on what's going on in that world. And this is why the best entry point into selling services is antivirus. And I was going to make this video whether or not it was actually sponsored, because a lot of you guys are struggling to, hey, how do I find customers? How do I find leads? You can sell them something that is wildly cheap, and it gets them in the process of sending you and spending money with you on a regular basis, whether that's monthly or annually, depending on how you want to bring it up. But truly, at its core, it is really important for you to offer to your potential clients, because there isn't anybody on the planet that doesn't need basic levels of antivirus. Now, your clients or potential clients can then decide if they're going to spend more money with you. And this doesn't necessarily fit the normal pricing area, because you're probably going to be selling, or maybe it's under your most basic plan. But antivirus is easily the number one thing to get your foot in the actual door. Now, let's talk about the importance of this. And you already know the importance of this, but I want you to reframe your mind in a way that will help potential clients understand why it's so important. Number one is data. I'm sure you probably could have seen this one coming, but nobody, and I mean nobody, wants their information out on the web. It's unless you got that fancy program LifeLock, if you remember that back in the day, maybe then so you could make your claim, but who wants to go through that headache? Literally nobody. At least nobody I know, and nobody I've ever met is like, can't wait to have all of my information all over the internet. It's not fun. Nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants the headache. And I mean, you probably have more hair than I do if you didn't ever have to deal with that. The next thing is it's about trust, right? You as the managed service provider, solutions provider, they need to trust you. This is the easiest way to get them in the process of spending money with you, but also, hey, we're going to provide you with some of the best software out there that is not only going to let you see what's going on, but it's going to allow us to see what's going on. So if something does happen, we can address it as fast as we could possibly address it. And that's going to help build that trust between you and your potential clients. And in a lot of cases, not all cases, but in a lot of cases, it's mandatory for compliance. But even if they don't have to be compliant, why would they want to risk the potential of being hacked, dealing with downtime? Heck, chances are pretty good they don't have stuff backed up. It is the most basic. It is like putting gas in your car. And I'm telling you all of this so then you can take this information and give it to your potential clients so they spend money with you. That is ultimately the goal. You're not building a business to not make money. If you were, it would be called a non-for-profit. But in this case, you want to actually go make money. It's truly important. It's going to increase your revenue. And while maybe there's not a ton of money to be made in antivirus, selling it to everyone is something 100%, especially your dream customers, is 100% a way to increase your revenue. And it's also going to help your portfolio. You're going to be dealing with more clients. As soon as they send money to you, they are now a client. Maybe not a full managed service client, but now they are a client. And knowing that you are going to be the one that's administering, running scans, and heck, even just deploying it for them and making sure that it pops up on their computer, you are now building customer satisfaction and retention. So it is a no-brainer to sell. One of my favorite antivirus companies, and to full transparency, I reached out to them to become to get sponsored by them, and they said, yeah, we would love to do that. And I've mentioned it without getting paid for it hundreds of times on my videos. But one of my favorite platforms is a company called ESET. And the nice part about ESET is it's something that I think is a fantastic, if not the absolute best antivirus, and that is purely subjective, right? I absolutely love it. But they have platforms for both home and business. Obviously, in this case, we're going to be focusing on business, but truly, it's an antivirus platform, and they even offer it for enterprise companies. Now, if you're thinking, Harrison, maybe ESET isn't my cup of tea. Well, they literally protect millions and millions of computers. And guess what they didn't just have happen to recently? They didn't push an update that is ruining people's flights. No shame to CrowdStrike, but pretty wild out there. But the truly beneficial part is, and I asked them, hey, can I get a subscription? I want to play around with it and just deploy it and see, because it's been a little while since I've actually gotten to play with it. You have your home, you have for business, and you have enterprise. Now, as an MSP, you're probably not going to want to get in the home market, but heck, you could still sign up to become a partner and sell it and make money on your customers. But in all reality, we want to focus on business and enterprise because that is truly where the money is going to be. Now, if you go over here and you hover over business, you can find the business solutions, enterprise solutions, ESET service, ESET platform, and they do quite a bit as far as what they actually provide. But you're probably going to want to become a partner. And if you do reach out, let them know that I sent you. I would appreciate the heck out of it. You can contact sales, and then obviously they have Why ESET, where you can go through and see why that they are a great platform. And like I said, this was a natural fit. It wasn't like a random company came up to me and said, hey, Harrison, we want to sponsor a video. No, I've mentioned to them, they've been watching me forever, and they said, hey, we've seen you. We know you want us to sponsor. We're happy to make that actually happen, which is really, really, really cool. But some information on why they are one of the best, in my opinion. It's built on trust. They've been around for forever, 30 years, which is crazy. Honestly, that's just a long time in general. If full transparency, I'm about to turn 32, so they've been around almost as long as I've been alive. They have some of the leading edge technology, and I've never had a problem with ESET. Whether or not it's for you or not for you doesn't matter to me, but my experience, which is the only information I could ever give, has been nothing but phenomenal when it comes to the actual platform. And they just talk all about it. If you want to go check them out, it's ESET.com, ESET.com. But what I really want to share with you guys is not the front end of what they actually offer, but really the back end, because what I fully believe for MSPs, the best thing in the world. Now, before we get into it, let's take a step back really quick. There was a time when you couldn't just jump in people's computers. And even now, you still can jump into computers. But imagine having to control everybody's antivirus from their own individual computers. You want to add a license? Great. You add a license to your account, and then you got to go deploy it on that computer. And if you want to monitor and manage it and make your life easy, for a long time that didn't exist. But those days are over. Thank goodness, because I quite honestly wouldn't want to deal with that ever again. Now, I've asked them for a business account, and I said, hey, give me a business account, what people would use. And I've had it deployed on my computer. I'm going to be deploying it to the rest of the team very soon. But some of the cool things is it actually tells you, hey, I enable two-factor authentication. Yes, I didn't go full all out on this just yet, as I'm still testing it, because it has been a little while since I've seen it, but I haven't actually used it in a little bit, and now I'm actually using it. It's been protecting my computer now for quite some time. And they have a whole business account dashboard, which I absolutely love. Now, your alerts, thankfully, we are good. But if you had an alert, it would come up here. This is not something that used to exist. You're able to see all of your licenses, where they're deployed. I probably shouldn't be showing my license number, but hey, this is the video and this is what you're going to get. You have your activated devices, your user management, your audit logs, what's been going on, what's not been going on. I even registered for a free trial. We have the company details, which now you guys, I have to go back and hide my personal information here. And then you can go through and run through the settings. But honestly, the nice part is if you're going to be deploying this out to your customers, having a single pane of glass, somewhere where you could go and see all of the licenses that you've deployed, makes life a million times easier for you as a managed service provider. That's the biggest benefit with all of this. It's important for us to do the right thing for our customer, but also at the same time remain as profitable as possible. And they have two different areas actually on their software, and I'm going to pull these up as well, so just so you guys could see what's been, kind of what's going on here. But I really enjoy kind of their interface. So they have the System Inspector, obviously System Inspector. You can create personal logs, you can generate anonymous logs, you can force open files, save files, all through here, which is super cool. You have your general information, right? What's going on the computer, what's fine, what's unknown, risky. Thankfully, I'm pretty good as far as the risky stuff goes. I like to consider myself a safe browser of the internet, and I'm protected because of ESET. Any logs, what's going on in here? And yes, obviously you see Discord and some I am known to play some video games in here, but it's giving you information that was once never available. And you, as the technology professional, can go through and actually go deploy this for your customers. They have some settings, obviously, and then a little help area. And then in their ESET Antivirus, you could go through. So I am protected, thankfully, at the time of recording this video, 7/21, right? I had a little computer scan. I wanted to pause it just for this video, and knowing my luck, I would run a scan and it would take down OBS or something like that, just because that's just how my luck is. It's going to remain up to date, but the cool part is you can see this on your end in the business account, but additionally, your customers can see it, giving them a massive peace of mind. You can know and show, hey, you are protected. You're up to date. Your computer has been scanned. There have been 0 detections of bad stuff going on. And this is going to build client trust, which is going to increase client retention. And we all know birds of a feather flock together. When you actually go out and deploy this for your customers, hey, we work with so-and-so and they've been protecting us. Not only that, but we can see what's going on. I can go in, type in ESET Antivirus on my computer and see what's actually happening on there and know that, hey, I'm safe. I've done everything that I can, at least to make sure that I'm not going to get hacked. This doesn't remove the need for patching and updating by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the best way to get customers to get to commit with you a regular monthly payment without it being an exorbitant amount of money that they would normally pay. And it's not an exorbitant amount of money, but if they're not used to paying for tech support or managed service provider, most of the time that number can be pretty shocking. But this gives a nice, easy path in. Hey, everybody needs it. At the bare minimum, if you're not going to hire us to provide tech support for you, that's fine. But please at least be protected on your computer and know the free stuff online isn't going to work. And when it fails, I don't want to be the first phone call, because then we're going to have to go through an entire process. You have to explain that to your prospects genuinely. And when you do, you are going to win more and more and more deals. So ESET, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, notification bell. If you've made it this far, write a little comment down below. ESET, thank you so much. Love the platform. Curious to giving it a try. Reach out to them. Let them know that you found my video. It will only help the channel. But honestly, it's a great platform. They've sponsored this video. They have not sponsored any of the mentions I've made in the past, unless I've specifically made them, I think, on 1 or 2 videos. But I've mentioned them for literally since I started this channel. ESET, thank you guys so much for sponsoring the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Till then, love you guys.